Very good.
Yeah, just want to see if we can we'll practice right now. Oh.
All right.
We'll make great travel.
Yes, please.
Let's see if all the changes in here.
We will reduce it. So, yeah. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Everybody in here. Our seats. You're online.
Beautiful color. All right, that's it.
Camille, are you on your twice?
Perfect. Mike and I
I
are.
see you twice. I was like, wait a second. See double.
I'm gonna put our photo together.
Oh,
yes.
Do we have our next speaker's lecture video there? Personal and something. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I'm in Miami.
Yeah. Is it this one? This one? All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Everyone back. Everyone grab your seats. Have a good lunch. All right. So I'm going to introduce our next speaker in just a moment. I've had the pleasure of knowing this gentleman for several years now. I think we met at CEO Space. Anybody familiar with CEO Space? Yeah? Yeah, so we met there. I heard him speak. I was like, man, he's badass. And then he actually signed up for a 360 site and didn't use it for like 2 years. And he was just like, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. And just every time, just never got there. And then finally, we reconnected at another mastermind group that we're a part of. And he's like, man, what you been up to? And I was like, man, you still got that 360? You using it? He's like, no. Now he's seen what we've done over the years. We had the opportunity to bring him to Miami with his beautiful wife, and they got to go through the whole brand new process and kind of see it from the inside out. It's like, okay, now I get what you do, and I love it. And since then, we're creating a JV relationship where they're working, I'm working with their team, and he's working with our team, and we're kind of working in collaboration together. I totally believe in collaboration, and I believe in finding people that have great skill sets in one area and utilizing their skill sets instead of me trying to do everything myself. You know, I like to stay in my lane, be the best at what I do, and partner with others that are the best. And I believe that's one of the best ways that we can make additional revenue for ourselves and our business. It's actually one of the things we just discussed in our VIP lunch. It's like the exact advice that we just finished giving to Nikki about instead of building her own coaching program, why didn't she partner with people who provide the services that her clients need? So not only does she not have to do the work, but she can provide more services to more people and create more revenue. So we're completely in alignment with the advice I give because I practice what I preach. Now, before I bring him up, what am I going to do first? Play a video. Absolutely. Why am I going to play video? Because we have to increase the perception of value so you get to know him in a very short amount of time. So now you know who you're listening to, and he doesn't have to do as much work introducing himself because the 60-second video is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for us, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And where am I getting this video from, do you think? His 360 site, yeah! Because why? I don't have to bother Diego, get a thumb drive, send an email. We just go to jim360.com, click on his play button, and his video's right here. That's how simple it is. So, all right, without further ado, let's play this quick video.
Hi, my name is Jim Didier, and I'm a global impact strategist. My team and I create opportunities and connections designed to increase revenue, profitability, and purpose in all areas of life and business. I got started in 2014 by managing the sales of a 7-figure build, bear, and launch. After a successful launch, we decided to go down that path, and after $50 million worth of launches and events, we provide ongoing, evergreen, high-ticket sales support for businesses. What I love most about what I do is impacting the lives of hundreds of thousands of people through our clients' reach. Whenever I'm not working, I love to spend time with my wife, my family, growing my ministry, playing golf, and enjoying nature. The best way to reach me is by visiting my personal website, jimpea360.com.
All right, so before I bring him up, I just wanted to share, in 60 seconds or less, did we learn a little bit about Jim?
Yes.
And consider this, Jim could do this, but most people could not give that much information and such a diversity in 60 seconds or less. Like, it's not humanly possible for someone to stand in front of an audience and effectively do that, right? So I want you to realize the power that's available when you have good branding and marketing, how more effective it makes what you're about to do. Is this making sense? All right, so without further ado, I want a big round of applause for Mr. Jim Padilla.
What's up? What's up? Hey, how's it going out there in Miami today?
What's up, Jim?
Life is good. Life is good. Appreciate the video, appreciate the introduction, and I've been being updated on everything that's going on. So hello to everybody in the room. Carl, if you're there, Fabio, if you're there, Mike, if you're watching online, everybody, and of course, Raquel and Debbie and Diego and team and everybody. So always appreciate you. And it's funny because I appreciate being here and being able to talk a little bit about revenue, sales, and conversion. That's what we touch on in our brief time here with you today. And I was actually just thinking the other day about the time when I first met Rick, and we had a CEO Space event back in 2017, I believe. And I remember we're sitting down, a bunch of us at a dinner table, and Ray comes in. He comes in like the feel of like a tornado, but President was dialed in. But as he comes in, he's like, sit down. The moment he sat down, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And it's like everything about his presence said, I command attention, right? And I was like, who the hell is you? Why do you deserve my attention? He didn't say anything. We were just talking. We were just, he was in the people table, I was in the people table. We connected. We immediately started connecting logically. We knew there was something between us as power players, as influencers, as servants. I mean, there was something to be collaborating together. But you just got the energy, the vibe, and the presence of somebody who is always on purpose and ready to do something big. So it's one of the things I love about you, man. So you're all in the presence of greatness, not just the brave, but all the people that you attract. And make sure you're taking good notes and paying attention. So as Ray just so eloquently stated a moment ago, it's so much easier to have a message delivered in a compact, produced video than me spend 5 or 10 minutes to tell you a little bit about me. So I'm actually going to, if I get permission to screen share here, I'm going to share one more video with you guys, tell you a little bit more about our business and what we do, and then I'm going to jump into a quick lesson on how you guys can save a lot of steps, a lot of hassle, a lot of money in trying to build a sales team that can make sales for you. If you're interested in that, then you're in the right place. So without further ado, let me share screen perfect, yes I can. All right, so let me go to my next slide. We're going to play that one and you already have that covered. So this here is a little bit about who we are and what we do in English.
Oh, wait, Jim, stop sharing screen for just a second. Jim, can you stop? Jim, can you stop sharing screen for just a second and share your audio?
Oh, did this hit that?
Yeah, click the little button in the bottom left. And this is actually important for everyone. Whenever you're going to share Zoom, the bottom left-hand corner has a tiny little box. Do not forget to click it that says Share Video Audio. Okay? Thank you, Jim, for making sure that everybody learned that in the room. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, I got you all covered. All right, here we go. As a lifelong entrepreneur, I've always been a visionary. A person who dreams, strategizes, creates solutions to problems, and has ideas to bring businesses forward.
Jim is the visionary, and I am the brain and catalyst for expansion in our organization. After a long career in retail leadership, I realized I wanted a new challenge. This challenge presented itself as a business filled with passion and service, not only for our clients, but for the people that are transforming their lives with their products and services.
In 2014, after delivering $1 million launch, we decided that assisting other entrepreneurs by creating high-level sales teams to boost their sales was the path that we wanted to follow. Since then, KBH has provided strategies and elite sales teams to hundreds of entrepreneurs to generate more than $250 million worth of launches, events, and sales campaigns.
We provide solutions that free the business owners from having to spend their time generating leads and then running sales in their businesses.
We analyze the sales flow, build tailor-made strategies along with their sales team to expand their reach and their revenue.
For most of our prospective clients, it's hard for them to believe that someone from outside of their business can step into their company and understand their audience.
It's hard for them to grasp that someone can sell the way that they can, or even better. Most people believe that their leads are better than they actually are, and most salespeople just think that they're better than they really are.
We provide the magic that improves all of that. After going through a primary analysis, our team will work together hand in hand with our clients to provide consistent, qualified booked appointments. We build systems and processes to ensure the sales team follows up from the first call to the completion of the sale.
Our team's sole responsibility is that revenue is generated every day.
So if you are a mid-6 to 7-figure entrepreneur that is committed to scaling and has recognized that it is not the best use of your time to be the head of sales and run a sales team,
reach out to us at jimp360.com. Schedule your sales team assessment call and determine how we can scale your business with our high-performance sales teams. All right, so good times. That tells you a little bit about us, and of course, I wanted to highlight, the amazing work that Ray's team has been able to do, as you've already had a chance to see, witness to so many others, and it's been a game changer. Because when I met Ray the first time, and I got that site, I was like, this is cool, and I had no real clue what it was doing, and I didn't really know Ray. So what allowed this to happen, because I got to watch and witness Ray as we've been, in partnership and, in communities together and mastermind groups, et cetera. And, we both are in the event world. And so I've seen him just continue to climb and grow. And his professionalism and his presence and his strategies and his system just continue to improve. So it's gone from one guy with a great idea and implementing it to somebody who's been delivering this and distributing it to so many others and watching incredible, meteoric rise, which is what happens when you have rockstar entrepreneurs who take action on great ideas, and you've done nothing but perfect the system and the process the whole time. So you're definitely in the right room. What I want to do is take a quick minute, as now that you've seen some of our credibility and our expertise and what we do as sales team experts, is I want to debunk a myth and share a quick resource with you, a strategy that we do to eliminate this crazy myth that people think you need to have rock star salespeople in order to sell your product. Raise your hand if you want to make more sales. Right? I'm assuming everybody's got their hands up. If you don't, you need to leave because you're in the wrong room. Completely. Everybody here got to be thinking about making money and growing. So typically, everybody I know wants to make more sales. Most people don't want to have to go through the process, the headache of becoming a sales expert. Right? Make more sales, yes. Be a sales expert, no. Right? And so what we want to do is eliminate the myth that is in what needs to happen. Okay, I don't want you thinking you have to go find this rockstar salesperson, because here's the truth of the matter. If you require a rockstar salesperson or the founder in order to deliver your product, then your offer sucks. Right? It doesn't mean your solution sucks, because your solution is world class. It's just probably packaged poorly so that it doesn't make sense to have the compelling nature of people needing to have it. And that's one of our specialties, is taking a package, taking something, wrapping it in a different package so that it's more compelling. Typically, we can outsell you with your own program simply because we package it with something that's more attractive, more compelling, more powerful, so it moves forward, so that everybody has a strong desire for it. Okay, so what I want to do is share with you just a quick, simple six-step system. We call it anti-closer rainmaker system, and it's just the reason we call it that is I don't want you to be need to find closers to sell your stuff. You just need some quality things in place and then go attract some quality humans who can follow the system and be able to make sales of your product every day. That's the goal. An average salesperson can make sales for your product every day. Right? That sound good? Is that something y'all be looking for? Yeah. Right? So step one, as we just talked about, is the offer. So I'm gonna show you real quickly. It's just 6 simple steps that we are looking to put in place for you to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do to deliver quality sales on a daily basis without having to have a rock star. Okay. This here is a simple Rainmaker sales system. Okay. You need to give them something to sell, someone to serve, something to say, something to solve, somewhere to go, and something to stand for. Okay. Something to sell is a compelling offer. Again, we just talked about it. It's not about having something. It's not about you being married to your product. Because nobody wants to buy a product. We all clear on that. Your product means nothing to anybody. All they want is the outcome that it provides. You know, I'm sure you've heard the analogy of going to Home Depot to buy a drill. Nobody actually goes to Home Depot to buy a drill unless your business is to drill holes for people. Because then you need to drill. Most people need a drill because they want a hole. You go to Home Depot because you have a hole. You want to be able to hang a picture. You want to be able to put something to it. You want to be able to, is this something you're going to need to make multiple holes? Is this something you're going to need to have, to make a hole one time? Is this something you're going to have just a simple hole that people can look through, or something that's going to have a structure behind it because you're going to hang something heavy on it, right? So the person who's selling the drill is not here to sell you the drill. He's here to sell you the hole or the benefits of having the hole and what you're going to do with it. They don't know what kind of drill to sell you. Okay? Same thing with your product. Nobody wants your product. They only want the holes that it delivers. Right? So have an offer that's crystal clear and compelling so that people actually desire it and need it and want to have it. It's not just something that's interesting. And typically, remember this, when somebody's making a decision of yes or no, they're not making a decision of yes or no, do I want your product? They're making a decision of yes or no, do I want the outcome that I so desperately said I want? Do I want to get rid of the problem I have, or do I want to gain the outcome I know that I don't have yet? Okay, that's the only journey that they're on, and your job is to make sure that they see that really clearly. All right? Next is someone to serve. Someone to serve is about having a focused avatar. That's not about having somebody who might be in the neighborhood of a problem. It's understanding the crystal clear, compelling nature of the problem that they have. Do you know the leading that problem of the ideal person that you are dealing with? Right? For us, right, we know that people that are everyone's coming to us, they have maxed out their bottleneck, they have a desire to reach the mountaintop, and they are too bottlenecked and don't have the bandwidth to reach it on their own. They need somebody who can give them the strategy, the process, of the system, and know how to eliminate them from the sales process so that you can go build their movement, or we can put fuel called sales revenue into the engine that can drive this machine forward. Okay? What is the leading net problem of the people you solve? When you have a salesperson that has a great offer that you can put in front of people and a crystal clear avatar with a leading net problem that they can put in front of, all of a sudden their job is made a whole lot easier, and that's what you want. Next is something to say. Okay? Something to say. A great core story. You got to know what's the journey. What's the journey that your people are on that you can deliver in 60 seconds or less, that your salespeople can put people into. And literally the sales conversation is about that core story. Like, look, how many times you're going to get in front of people? How many times are you tired of being limited by the visibility that you're not getting? How much frustration is there in the fact that you're not capitalizing on that visibility? And how much easier would your life be when you have a system that can deliver a way for you to capitalize on that visibility every single day, day in, day out, like Ray's 360 marketing system, right? So that's the core story. That's the journey that the sales conversation is about. That's what this event is about. That's what a conversation is going to be about. If you talk to somebody about making a great decision, right? Give them the core story, something to say. Next is something to solve. What is the true meeting that problem, right? How much money are you leaving on the table? How much visibility is going by the wayside? How many times you've been speaking in front of the room and not captured enough of the room because you simply didn't have a great strategy, a great process, or something to make it happen predictably and consistently? That is leading that problem, my friend, and you need to be able to solve it, correct? Okay, next is somewhere to go, which is a curated prospect journey. When they come into your world, what's the first level of awareness of a problem that they have? And what do you got to do to move them forward so that this problem is now being made more aware to the point where there is now more desire to do something about it, because the consequences of not solving the problem are made clearer and clearer every step of the journey. And that prospect journey is everything from first introduction, right? Because in my world, the sales conversation begins at hello. The first time you meet somebody, you are now open to sales conversation. It doesn't mean you're making offers to them all the time. It means you're moving them forward predictably and consistently towards an intersection of problem and solution. So you need to make sure that your prospect journey is always moving people forward in a way that doesn't feel like they're being shoved into something, but that they're logically, their response should always be, yeah, this makes sense. This step makes sense. I'm one step closer. I have more awareness. I have more insight. I have more knowledge of what's going on. Okay? And then the next here is something to stand for. A great mission. Right? Your sales team, your team in general needs to be able to stand every time they talk to somebody. You need to know what they're fighting for. Are we fighting for the visibility? Are we fighting for the voice of the entrepreneur? Right? In my world, it's all about giving entrepreneurs the tools, the equipment, and the energy, and the fuel to overcome the challenges that lie before them. Because everybody we work with desires a mountaintop, and we can see that. I know I have to know that mountaintop. I got to bring as many people with me as possible. And we are here to ensure that that happens. Because the world that we're living in right now, the people who are going to save this world and turn this thing around, is going to be made on the backs of entrepreneurs who are solving big problems and innovating and solving problems that we don't even know exist yet. It isn't going to be the government, it isn't going to be corporate America, it's going to be you, the people like you. That's the mission we're on. So our sales team always knows that's the conversation we're in consistently. What's the conversation you're in with your community, with your clients on a daily basis? When you can nail all of these, you are now on the way to having an anti-closer rainmaking sales system. That the system itself produces rainmakers instead of you having to pull magic out of the hat all the time. All right? So, does that make sense? You guys feeling me on this? Okay, what I would love to have you do here real quick right now is if you're interested in this, you want to be able to get access to this resource, we have, it's called an anti-closer sales maker, anti-closer sales system. And I would happily give that to you if I can get you to go to jimp360.com, or I can go ahead and show you a quick QR code and you can scan it in and I'll take you there. When you get there, make sure that you can connect me on all my social medias and check out my videos. You can see how to hire us, you can see how to work for us, all of that good stuff. But the main thing here I want you to do is when you get there, all I want you to do is click on this contact button here, shoot me a text with your name and your email address, and you say anti-closer, and that will let me know that you heard me here talking about this, our system, and I will happily send you a text with the information so that you have access to it. But more importantly, I want to be able to have a relationship with you, and so this will allow you to start sharing with me what's going on in your world. How can we share greater support and resources around getting you to be able to scale your company with good quality people and a powerful sales system, okay? So I'm here for you with all of that. So the other thing that I want to share with you is the importance of understanding how dialed in you need to have your sales system and just your system of moving people forward in your world in general. Okay? How many of you are great at what you do? Raise your hand if you're great at what you do. Right? You all better have your hands up. Because if you're not, then you gotta have some evaluation of what exactly you're doing and why you're here. Right? If you're great at what you do, but nobody knows it, and you don't have a way to predictably and consistently get in front of all the right people and lead them towards you, we have a problem. Okay? And that is something that is fortunately a solvable problem, a very figure-outable problem that you can change, and we want you to change. And the reason that you have taken action to be here today is because you're on the journey of seeking those solutions and making sure that you become, it's not just about you being world-class at what you do, it's about the world knowing that you're world-class at what you do, right? So I have a couple of quick videos I'm gonna share with you again, because I do wanna highlight the importance of what this has done for me. I'm gonna share a quick story about some key scenarios that you'll see, some opportunities potentially being left on the table if you are not implementing this strategy here. Okay. So if we go to our video, okay, I want to show you this just because I want you to be able to see the power of what this can do for you. Put the sound button on.
Oh no, this one.
Hi, I'm Ray Perez, Global Branding Expert, coming to you live from Miami, Florida. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at one of our experts and their new personal brand.
Hi, my name is Jim Padilla, and I am a global impact strategist. Here is a behind-the-scenes sneak peek of the creation of my new personal brand. I would love to hear what you think about my new personal brand. Send me a message on any of my social medias by visiting my personal website, jimp360.com. Amen, amen. Is that good quality perspective on what kind of rock star life we have as a celebrity brand expert in my space, right? Until I got with Ray, I knew I was world class, but nobody else did, unless they had a chance to actually personally experience it. This is the kind of stuff that lets them see, wow, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we have higher levels of expertise than most people might think, right? And it all this matters. It just plants those seeds of greatness in other people. And as Ray always says, increasing the perception of value is vital. So here is my quick video that I'm going to show you, my celebrity brand video. Perfect. So, a little more videos than I would normally share, but this is, where I raised that. I really want you guys to get the full firsthand vision. I mean, this thing is incredible. It's a game changer when you can be seen as the person that you know you are. And I'll be honest with you, we've been such a behind the scenes expert. We made millions and millions of dollars by lifting other people up into their greatness. And it's been an interesting transition these last couple of years of me moving center stage. I mean, from behind the scenes, now front and center, and sometimes I look at this and I feel so damn pretentious, but Ray has done a masterful job of just holding me up to the value that I know that I actually have, and being able to step into that and put it on Front Street for other people to be able to engage. And is that something that was beneficial to you, right? Are you the person that speaks? You have visibility, you network, you depend on your visibility and capitalizing on it in order to be better. Right? If you're that kind of a person, right, raise your hand, that's the person that you are. And, again, it's not about just being able to have that visibility. It's about being able to deliver on that visibility. It's about being able to monetize it, capitalize on it, and make sure that people really have the opportunity to see the greatness that you possess. And it doesn't matter how great you are if nobody else knows. Right? So this is about claiming your badassery, which is one of my favorite phrases that I ever pulled into existence in the business world. Too many people just don't do it. We don't step in and embrace and own our own badassery. And I want to encourage you, man, just right now, you are a world changer. Matter of fact, I want you to stand up right now, wherever you are, unmute yourself for a quick minute. Remember to stand up and just say, I am a world changer. Right? I want to hear it from everybody. Right? On 1, 2, 3. I am a world changer. I'm not here. Gotta unmute yourself.
World changer.
I am a world changer. I am a world changer. I am a world changer.
I am a changer.
All right. And in the room, would you turn the people to the right, turn the people left, and you are a world changer. Right? You are absolutely a rock star world changer.
I'm a world changer.
You have to believe it and put people out of you. First, you need to say it, and then pretty soon you don't need to use words to say it anymore. Because your brand will say it. The image that you put out there will say it, right? And I'm actually, what we just did is one of my my short talk here, is one of the strategies that is like RAID 101. It's on Internet Agency 101, 360 Sites 101. Do a talk, send people to the stage, shoot me a text, and I'll send you the info. That's just straight up RAID 101. And the thing is, I do about 250 podcast interviews and stages here. And now, just by implementing this in the last month, I'm a place where I have people every single day. I get a text that say anti-closer with a name and an email. Some people don't always leave the name and email, but I focus on the dialogue, anti-closer. That tells me they saw me on a podcast, they run an interview that was recorded, and now they're reaching out to say, I want more. I need to know more about this. And it opens up the dialogue. And we start texting, we start moving, and some of the people turn into appointments. Some of those people just become people we can invite to an event or to some other opportunities. We're starting to build it. Here's the key. They stay connected, engaged, because they've been to my 360 sites. They've seen this, right? You want daily live outreaches from people who see you as the expert that you sometimes don't even see as yourself, but that Ray's team is so great to capture you on video and in brand so that you show up on Front Street like that world-class expert that you are. And I actually have somebody right now that's literally on my calendar for next week. That his name is Chris. I'll leave the anonymous part, rest of it out. But he's a multi-8-figure marketing agency who heard me on an interview, has been to my 360 site, and has been explored almost every site, every link in there, and he reached out and said, I'm done, I need this, I need to be able to get to where you are. I'm the founder of this agency, and I need to get myself out of the sales process. Can you help me, right? And that's a correction. He said, I see that you can help me, and I want to know how. So it wasn't a matter of wondering if he could help. He's had the chance to go through my site in a number of different ways, and he's determined I'm the person that can help. Now we're just going to go about talking about logistics and details from there. So again, I don't have to be a world-class salesperson. I just got to show up as an expert of bringing him a solution, right? Big difference. Big difference. If you require a closer, your offer is not good enough, and your brand is all about you. Right? Amen? Making sense? Right? So let me put a big wrap this bow on this here. We turn this back over to Ray in just a minute. Okay? If you want a calendar full of your ideal clients to speak to, raise your hand. Right? You should all be saying yes. You should raise your hands, your fingers, your toes, everything you got. Calendar full of your ideal clients to speak to. Okay? You no longer have a choice in today's marketplace. You need to have a brand that speaks for you. Right? You have to be able to be found, and you have to be able to be credible when you're found. And if you don't have a strategy and a great visibility conversion process in order to make this happen, you won't be found consistently. And when you do, you'll often be found not credible. And that is damage. That is kryptonite to your superhero. You don't want that, right? So we need a system for that. We need a strategy for that. We need a system that ensures you do it right every time. And you need an environment in which you can practice it so you can consistently be poured into by the experts who do this for a living and who are world-class at it. Right? And there's nobody better than Ray Perez and the entrepreneur agency team. No system better than 360 sites to get it done, and no better time than now to implement on all of this. So I am Jim Padilla. My name is Jim Padilla. I am a global impact strategist, and I am an ass-kicking world badassery world changer, and I'm here to help you in any way possible that I can. And with all the level of endorsement that I can muster, please talk to the team and make sure you take advantage of the offers that Ray is putting on your table, because there's no reason for you to ever do this alone when the path has already been laid out that you need to follow. Ray, thank you, bro.
And that is Mr. Jim Padilla. He is a world changer. Who is a world changer? Say I am a world changer, right?
So speaking for me, we got to get her on mute.
I'm on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Here we go. Ray.
Can you hear me?
All right. So.
Oh wait, we're muted on there. Here. All right. Here's now.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Could you hear Raquel?
No, because you muted.
No, but she's on a different microphone. What the heck? Try it.
Well, now it works, right?
There we
Can you
go.
hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So I said thank you to Jim Padilla. Everybody say I am a world changer.
I am world changer.
Excellent. Excellent, and here's what it's about. It's about network. That's what the 360 site is about. It's about increasing your branding, increasing your network, increasing your reach for your passion and your purpose. So I'm gonna hand the mic over to Rand.
Thank you. All right.
Who's
Thank you,
excited?
Jim. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. And do you have 5 minutes before you go?
I do.
Okay, very good. So I want to, if it's okay with you, I know this wasn't planned, but can I ask you, I love doing this. Can I ask you a few questions based on your opinion when it comes to the difference between having branding, not having branding, having a video, introduction video, and not having an introduction video, because you already have a very successful business. So it's not like you needed to do personal branding. You didn't need to create all this content. But I remember having dinner with you and your wife, Cindy, and you were like, man, I think I need to do something more, that something was missing. Can you kind of share with the audience that's here learning about all this, of like, what was that shift where you're like, you know what? Yeah, I think I need to do this now, even though I'm already successful, even though my business is already doing good.
Well, in the beginning, I think most people are so focused on just trying to make money that it's easy to forget that there are simple levers that you can pull to give you greater ROI for the efforts and the money that you spend. Once you start making money, then you start valuing the ROI of the efforts that you put out there are. And that's been the biggest part for me the last several years, is how can I put tools in place? Because I work hard and I work smart, and our team puts out, we have an incredible world-class team that puts out ridiculous amounts of effort. And Cindy and I, my number one objective is looking at how can I make sure that every piece of output we put on the table delivers an exponential return. And having, anytime I do something, if it's a one and done, then it's, we miss the compound effect of exponential growth. And seeing, like this example of this, this agency that I'm going to be talking to, he's already been to my 360 site like 5 or 6 times, and it all started from him seeing me on an interview. And each time he did, he explored things to the point where he was showing me stuff. He said, I'm not sure if this one worked or this, but he found stuff inside of my 360 site because I got leverage and exponential return that I could not have gotten just from one conversation or from sending them to a landing page, something like that, right? So it's just really understanding that everything you do, especially if you're doing things that work well, it's your responsibility and your duty, guys. Write that down. It's your responsibility and your duty to ensure the greatest amount of return on the efforts that you put out. Right? And so you have to be looking for those solutions. Don't look for things that just give you a return. Look for ones that give you outsized returns. Things that almost don't even make sense. That gives you an unfair advantage. And I already have it. I'm a rock star. What I do, my team is world class. We've got track record. But then you start putting tools and secret weapons in place, like what Ray's team can do. And all of a sudden, it's like that from that. Every time you turn around, it's like you have superpowers. You do things that nobody else can do. And it almost makes me feel bad at times when I watch people scurry around trying to figure out how to get even a 1-to-1 output from the effort that they're putting out there. Well, I'm getting 10-to-1, 50-to-1, 100-to-1, because we're just deploying smartly on top of the efforts that we're doing.
That's a great answer. Notice he wasn't ready to answer this question, right? But his answer is literally what I've been talking about all today. Cross exposure, how can you triple benefit? How can you maximize everything that you're already doing? So clearly he did not know this question, but the answer is in 100% alignment with everything that he's speaking about. And that's when you know that you're around, great-minded, like-minded people, right? You're thinking the same thing. Now, the challenge is, how the heck do I do it? Not everybody knows how. It's great to say, yeah, of course I want exponential growth. Of course I want to cross-promote. But how do I do it? And that's really what we've been talking about today, the skill set it takes to leverage the mindset we talked about yesterday. And obviously tomorrow we're going to get into actually doing it. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. And we'll be talking with you soon, my friend. Let's give Jim a round of applause again.
Well, you guys don't make money. Don't make impact. You are world changers.
Woo! All right. Okay, that was great. Perfect. I couldn't have